So tell the group a little bit about yourself, for those that don't know you.
I'm going to say this tonight. I'm an empath. Does anyone know what that is?
Yeah.
What? I'm a highly sensitive person. And that's become a very interesting definition of myself, because everything I do is out of this emotion. And I'm a painter and a poet. I'm a mother. And I'm a marketing consultant. I'm a wife. My husband is here tonight. And tonight I'm going to tell a story about the empathy for a mother.
Right. Well, the first time I ever heard the word empath was watching Star Trek, so.
I will not grow
No.
horns.
Deanna Troy.
I was thinking that.
No,
No.
the original Star Trek series. There was an episode with a woman who was an empath that Dr. McCoy fell in love with. But anyway, we don't need to go there. I digress.
Who was it?
This is Catherine's story.
I'm not sure I could weave that in, Jack. So tonight, I want to tell you about this. And what you will learn about this is not what you're thinking, especially you. She had a very concerned look on her face.
I thought you were pointing at me.
Oh, no. Imagine a place, idyllic, if not somewhat poor, town in upstate New York, Cortland, New York.
Oh, yeah.
We moved from a very impoverished farm, which to me was idyllic because of the cows and the pigs and the pond. But my mother was the woman's side of Green Acres, and she was trying to get closer to the city, so somehow Cortland was closer. Although we lived at the top of a hill on a road called Blue Creek Road. Across the street from our very modest ranch house was cornfields. And behind our house was woods. And it was perfect for the 4 girls that lived in the house, ages 2 to 11. I was 7. I eventually became the middle child, but not yet. I was 3rd out of 4. Now this is when I was 7, 2nd grade. Having been raised already so far on a farm, we learned to can our food. We grew all of our food. My dad was a hunter and a fisherman, and we pretty much ate off the land. It was not unusual to find a couple of dead rabbits on newspaper at the back door when I walked in after school, and nothing about that shocked me. That meant rabbit stew. My mother taught us all how to make candles in the snow by pouring hot wax in the snow. My mother taught us mosaics, and she taught us every possible thing you could do with fabric. In fact, she taught us how to make our clothes. And when I was 7, on the eve of my 2nd grade photo, my photo at school, I got 2 things. I got enough fabric, navy blue cotton, with balloons in primary colors, about that big. Now this was a little person that I was. Navy blue fabric with primary colored balloons on it. I got that, and I got this haircut that was so short it made Liza Minnelli's hair look long. Okay? And it was a mistake. It was horrible. But my mother didn't want to take care of all this hair because there were so many little girls in the house. Did I mention that my father's mother, who had suffered a stroke and could not talk, and sat in a wheelchair in the kitchen staring at us, scared the living crap out of me every single day? She would point, and there was dust on the floor. That's how she communicated. She scared me. My father was out working, and my mother was trying to keep it together at home. And here I am with this cotton fabric, with little strings of elastic and a pattern. And my mother had shown me since I was very young how to sew, and I wanted to wear this dress for my 2nd grade picture. So I cut out the fabric with my mother's help, and I was sitting at the sewing machine. And for hours, I was bellowing with frustration because of something or another. And my mother was running to the 2-year-old, and she was getting dinner ready, and she was doing all these things, taking my grandmother to use the bathroom and lifting her onto the toilet and off, trying to make sure the dinner was ready for Dad when he came home. And I am sitting there at the sewing machine, and the world should be centered on me, of course, because when you're 7, it is. And I was frustrated. And I sewed my finger.
Oh, yeah.
And my finger was under, and the needle was in. And I had cried wolf too many times. And my mother did not come.
Oh my God.
So I pulled my finger out, and the needle snapped off in my finger, and I went to my mother and I said, Mom!
Oh my God.
Despite that, I finished the dress. I wore it for my picture, and I have the photo to prove it.